We're diving deep into what makes this tiny copper coin so valuable. And trust me, after this video, you'll be checking your spare change like it's a treasure hunt. So, what's the big deal with this penny? The 1981 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and normally it's just another cent lost in couch cushions. But sometimes the coin gods decide to have some fun, and they give us errors, rare variations, or minting quirks that turn a regular coin into a jackpot. This particular 1981 D penny is special because of its flawless strike, unique minting error, and pristine condition. When a coin has a rare error, like a double die, off-center strike, or some weird metal composition, it becomes a collector's dream. The specific details of this million-dollar penny? Experts believe it has an extremely rare double die obverse, meaning Lincoln's face has a slight ghostly duplicate. Spooky? Maybe. Profitable? Absolutely. Now, let me tell you a story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Joe, loves to collect pennies. The man hoards them like a squirrel with acorns. One day, he's at a garage sale, digging through an old coffee can of pennies, and he finds one that looks a little off. He takes it to a coin dealer, expecting maybe a few bucks. The dealer takes one look and nearly passes out. Turns out, Joe was holding on to a rare penny worth thousands. He bought the whole coffee can for $2. $2. Moral of the story? Always check your change. Now, you might be wondering, how do you find one of these valuable 1981 D pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass and check for any doubling on Lincoln's face or the lettering. Next, examine the coin's condition. A super clean, uncirculated penny? Jackpot potential. Lastly, if you think you've struck gold or copper, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Because, let's be honest, you don't want to be that person who unknowingly spends a rare penny on a pack of gum. Alright, coin fans, now it's your turn. Go dig through your coin jars, check under your couch cushions, and maybe even raid that old piggy bank from childhood. Who knows? You might be sitting on $1 million penny without even realizing it. And if you do find one, don't forget to invite me to your yacht party. If you love learning about coins worth serious money, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment below. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? We're talking about a 1970 D. Lincoln penny that's worth, brace yourself, $1 million. Yeah, you heard me right. A single penny. More than my car, my house, and probably all my life's decisions combined. So, grab your coin jars, check under the couch cushions, and let's dive into why this little copper beauty is making collectors lose their minds. And hey, if you love finding treasure in your spare change, hit that subscribe button, because I've got more coin tips coming your way. Alright, let's talk about the 1970 D. Lincoln penny. First things first, that little D mint mark under the year means it was minted in Denver. Now, most 1970 D pennies are pretty common, but a few of them have an error that makes them ridiculously valuable. And that's where things get juicy. This $1 million penny is a result of a rare double die obverse error. Basically, it looks like the date and letters got stamped twice, slightly off from each other. It's like the mint workers had one too many cups of coffee and got a little too enthusiastic with the coin press. But jokes aside, this error is rare, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune for one in pristine condition. We're talking a penny that looks like it was minted yesterday. No scratches, no signs of it being tossed in a vending machine, and definitely no gum stuck to it. Now, let me tell you a quick personal story. A couple of years ago, I was digging through some old coins my grandpa left me. I wasn't expecting much, just some old pennies, a couple of nickels, and enough dust to make me sneeze. But then, I spotted a 1970 D penny. My heart started racing. I grabbed a magnifying glass like some kind of detective checking for that double die error. I was imagining all the ways I'd spend my newfound fortune. Maybe a trip around the world, maybe a new car, maybe just a lifetime supply of tacos. Spoiler alert, mine was just a regular penny. But hey, someone out there has the real deal. And if you find one, boom, you're instantly a millionaire. No lottery ticket required. So, how can you spot one? Here's what to look for. A clear doubling on the date and lettering, especially in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. A sharp, crisp strike, no mushy or blurry details. The coin should be in top-notch condition, the better the quality, the higher the value. If you think you have one, don't just toss it in a piggy bank. Get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. If they confirm it's legit, congratulations. You might just be the next coin millionaire. So there you have it. A $1 million penny hiding in plain sight. Makes you want to check your spare change, doesn't it? Next time you get a penny back in change, take a second look. It could be the best 1-cent investment you ever make. And if you love learning about rare coins and how to turn pocket change into serious cash, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got more tips, tricks, and crazy coin stories coming your way. Because trust me, there's a lot of money hiding in everyday coins. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're about to go digging through your couch cushions right now. Thanks for watching, and Alright, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your change jar, looking for a few cents to pay for your morning coffee, and boom, you find a penny worth $8 million. Sounds insane, right? But guess what? The 1968 D. Lincoln penny is out there, and one of these little copper wonders has been valued at a mind-blowing $8 million. Yep, that's the kind of money that could get you a mansion, a private jet, or a lifetime supply of tacos, whatever your heart desires. Now, before you start flipping your couch cushions looking for loose change, let's break down why this penny is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you can be the lucky one to find it. First, let's talk about what makes the 1968 D. Lincoln penny special. Now, not every single penny from 1968 with a Denver Mint mark is worth millions. If that were the case, we'd all be rich, right? What we're looking for here are the rare error coins and high-grade specimens that send collectors into a bidding frenzy. Some of these pennies were struck with an error. Think misprints, double dies, or off-center strikes. These little mistakes from the US Mint can turn an ordinary coin into a jackpot. The real prize? A 1968 D. Lincoln penny that is in pristine condition, graded at the highest levels by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC.so. How do you know if you have a valuable one? First, check for any doubling in the letters, especially in Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see a slight shadow or overlap, you might just have a double die variety. Cha-ching. Next, condition matters. A penny that looks like it was run over by a shopping cart isn't going to get you millions, but one that's shiny and nearly flawless? That's the golden or copper ticket. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. You know, one of those, I'll do it next weekend kind of garages that never actually gets cleaned. We found an old jar full of pennies, and he told me he'd been tossing coins in there since the 70s. Naturally, my coin-collecting brain went into overdrive. I start sifting through, and what do I see?
À 1968, des pennies.
My heart almost stopped. I ran to check it under better lighting, compared it to known error coins, and turns out it was just a regular OL penny worth 1 cent. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. But hey, that just means there are still rare ones out there waiting to be found. So what's the takeaway here? First, don't ignore your pocket change. You never know when you might be holding a fortune. Second, if you find a 1968 D penny, take a close look at it. Check for errors, get it graded if it looks promising, and who knows? You might just be the next person cashing in on an $8 million penny. And hey, if you love learning about rare coins and how to find hidden treasures in your spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of tips, tricks, and stories coming your way that will help you discover coins worth big money. Don't miss out. Now go check your change jar. Your future fortune might just be waiting for you. We're diving into what makes this little copper beauty so valuable, how you can spot one, and most importantly, how you can turn pocket change into serious cash. So grab your coin jars and let's get rich together. First things first, you might be thinking, wait a minute, wasn't there no mint mark on 1967 pennies? And normally you'd be right. In 1967, the US Mint didn't put mint marks on coins to discourage hoarding. But every now and then, the universe throws us a curveball. A few pennies were struck with a D mint mark, meaning they were mistakenly minted in Denver. These ultra-rare errors have collectors drooling and their wallets wide open. Now, let's talk money. The last confirmed sale of a 1967 D. Lincoln penny? $7. million. Dollars. Yep, that's more than some mansions. Why so expensive? Well, rarity is key. The US Mint only produced a handful of these, and finding one in good condition is like winning the lottery. If you've got one, congratulations. If not, don't worry, there's still hope. Look closely at the date. You should say 1967, obviously. Now, the real jackpot, check under the year for a tiny D. If it's there, stop everything and get that coin certified. Make sure it's in good condition. The shinier, the better. High-quality coins fetch way bigger prices. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Dave, was at a gas station when he got a handful of change. He glanced at a penny, saw the year 1967, and almost tossed it in his cup holder. But something told him to take a closer look. Sure enough, there was a tiny D. Long story short, he sent it to be graded, and bam. It sold for over $500,000. Not a full 7 mil, but hey, I'd take that for a penny, wouldn't you? So, next time you get change, don't just shove those pennies aside. Check them carefully. You never know when you might be holding $1 million mistake in the palm of your hand. And if you love learning about coins worth crazy money, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips coming your way, from rare finds to smart strategies for coin collecting. Don't miss out. Your next big payday might be hiding in your pocket right now. Happy hunting, and I'll catch you in the next one. We're talking about the 1960 D Lincoln penny, and yes, you heard that right. It's worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. If you've ever rolled your eyes at a penny on the sidewalk and kept walking, this video might just make you rethink every loose coin you've ever ignored. Let's break down why this little copper beauty is making collectors lose their minds and how you might just have one sitting in your piggy bank. So, what makes this penny worth a fortune? It all comes down to mint errors and rarity. The 1960 D Lincoln penny comes in two varieties, small date and large date, but the real jackpot? It's the rare overdate error. That's when the Denver Mint accidentally stamped a 1960 D penny over an earlier 1960 date, creating a double image. It's like a typo, but for coins, and collectors absolutely go nuts for these things. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, my buddy Dave, who, by the way, never takes anything seriously, called me up laughing, saying, "Dude, I think I just found $1 million penny." I, of course, rolled my eyes because Dave also once thought he found a winning lottery ticket in a parking lot. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But this time, he was right. He had a 1960 D overdate penny in near-perfect condition. And let's just say, Dave isn't worrying about gas prices anymore. Now, before you start emptying your couch cushions, here's what to look for. If you see a faint doubling of the 0 and 6 in 1960, that's a great sign. The Denver Mint put a little D under the year, so make sure yours has it. A beat-up penny won't hit the $1 million mark, but even a decent one can fetch thousands. And if you do find one, oh boy, you're in for a wild ride. Coin auctions have gone bonkers for these, and in pristine condition, collectors have paid up to $1 million for a single coin. Alright, so what's the moral of the story? Never underestimate a penny. Seriously, the next time you see one, pick it up, because it could be your ticket to early retirement. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins hiding in your pocket worth big money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post new videos on rare and valuable coins so you never miss out on your chance to cash in. And hey, if you do find $1 million penny, don't forget who told you first. We're diving into the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why it's one of the most talked about coins in the world right now. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you might just find your own hidden treasure. Alright, let's break it down. First, let's talk about what makes the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny so special. Normally, when you look at a penny, you'll see a small letter D or S on the back, right? Those letters represent the mint that produced the coin, either the Denver Mint, D, or the San Francisco Mint, S. But the 1991 no-mint mark penny? That's where things get interesting. This coin has no mint mark at all. You know what that means? It's an anomaly, a mystery coin. And let me tell you, collectors and coin enthusiasts around the world are freaking out about it. See, the US Mint accidentally forgot to stamp the mint mark on a batch of pennies in 1991. And that mistake turned this humble penny into a collectible gold mine. Now, how did this penny go from being worth 1 cent to being worth a cool $1 million? It's all about rarity and the history behind the error. You've got a penny that was produced in 1991 without the mark, and there are only a handful of these out there. The rarity of these coins makes them incredibly desirable. They've become something like the unicorns of the coin world. And let's face it, who doesn't love a good unicorn story? I remember when I first stumbled upon a rare coin in my own collection. It was a 1950s penny that had an unusual design flaw. At first, I thought it was just another scratched-up coin, but after some research, I discovered it was actually a misprint, which made it worth a small fortune. Talk about a rush of excitement. I sold it for a pretty nice profit, and believe me, it felt like winning the lottery. So, I totally get the thrill of finding something like this. But, back to our 1991 no-mint mark penny. If you ever come across one, here's what you need to know. The coin's value depends heavily on its condition. A penny in pristine condition can fetch over $1 million in today's market. You might think I'm exaggerating, but just search online. These things are real collector's items. And with all the coin hunting shows and online auction sites, more people are discovering the treasure hidden in their change jars. So, what should you do if you think you've found one of these bad boys? First, take a deep breath. Second, check the condition of the coin. Third, get it professionally authenticated. This could be your ticket to a serious payout. But remember, most of us won't find $1 million penny in our pocket change, and that's totally fine. The thrill of the hunt is half the fun. Before we wrap up, if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next video where I'll be talking about other coins worth a fortune, and maybe even a few that you might already have hiding in your drawer. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your change jar, start hunting, and who knows? You could be the next person to find a $1 million penny. I've got some good news, because if you've got a 1987 D. Lincoln penny lying around, you might just be sitting on a $7 million jackpot. No, seriously, we're talking life-changing money for one tiny copper coin. All right, let's dive in. First things first, 1987 was a pretty average year. Big hair, neon clothes, and some pretty forgettable pop songs. But hidden among the billions of pennies produced that year, one special 1987 D. Lincoln cent has turned heads in the coin collecting world. And when I say special, I mean $7 million special. That's not just a few extra bucks for gas money. That's quit your job, buy an island, and hire someone to peel your grapes kind of money. So, what makes this penny so valuable? Well, here's the deal. The US Mint pumped out over 4.2 billion of these pennies in 1987. Yeah, billion with a B. Most of them worth exactly 1 cent. But every now and then, a printing mistake or a rare variation slips through, and that's where the magic happens. This particular 1987 D penny is rumored to have a one-of-a-kind mint error, something so unique that it skyrocketed its value. Some experts believe it was struck on the wrong planchet, maybe even silver instead of copper. Others say it has a dramatic double die or a misplaced mint mark that sets it apart from the rest. Whatever the reason, this bad boy has been valued at $7 million, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever. Now, you might be thinking, okay, cool story, but what are the chances I have one? Well, I'll be honest, your odds are slightly better than winning the lottery, but hey, somebody's got to find it, right? And that's why you should always check your change. Imagine going to buy a coffee, handing over a random penny, and realizing later that you just tipped your barista $7 million by accident. Yikes. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, just casually browsing, when I spotted a little jar full of old pennies for sale. The guy running the booth was like, take them all for $5. And I'm like, challenge accepted. So I take them home, dump them out, and start going through them one by one. I didn't find $1 million penny that day, but I did find a rare 1955 double die cent worth about $1,500. Not quite an island-buying fortune, but hey, it was still a pretty good day. So, moral of the story? Keep your eyes open. That spare change rattling around in your car cup holder could be worth a fortune. And if you do find a weird-looking 1987 D penny, get it checked by a professional. You never know, it might just change your life. Before you go, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I've got plenty more videos coming your way about coins that could make you rich. And trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. Who knows? Your next lucky penny could be just around the corner. Alright, that's it for today. Stay curious, keep hunting, and I'll catch you in the next one.